Hello everybody. Now there was a time I was into Eddsworld. The zany antics and non-stop reactions from the trio is what got me in and my interests. I still have to thank Eddsworld for quite a few things. So in honor of that, I think it deserves the top 12 treatment. Before I start, there needs to be a few rules. Number one, this list is only about the actual episodes, so no swords, no music videos, and no Tom's Tales. Number two, the Zombie Attack trilogy are their own thing, seeing as how they actually somewhat take themselves seriously and even follow some kind of continuity. Plus, they won't really add up on the list since I don't find any of them really best episode material. Even the third one, which is my personal favorite, not much happens in it. Number three, and this is a big one, I'll try not to include as many holiday specials as possible. A few might slip in, but like I said, it's only a few. So welcome to the top 12 best Eddsworld episodes. What the future? Yes, what the future, and yes, only at number 12. You see why I like this episode? There wasn't really much to it. Ed and the guys must run away from future Ed. Go! Eddisodes have been simple before, and I get that, but with this one, there could have been a little more to it. Like maybe future Ed brings the guys throughout the different periods, chasing them through each of them. One thing I will give this episode is that it is hilarious. Easily some great lines here. As much as I am kinda disappointed this concept wasn't taken further, this is still a great one and I wouldn't mind going back in time to watch again. 25 feet under the sea. The episode Toad left, as some people know it. Now I understand that Toad's character is the quiet one in the group, along with other character trait kinda shown in the show, but were only really given outside of the show. But even with that, I never found him interesting. He barely spoke, he barely did anything. He really just felt like the fourth one. I do wonder why Ed should heard his departure here instead of making an entire show dedicated to that. But anyway, Matt accidentally flushes the keys down the toilet. Who carries keys around with them? I guess he forgot to remove them. So Ed and the guys flush down the toilet, arriving in Atlantis. Was it just under the United Kingdom sewage system this entire time? That can't be right. Anyway, with a little exploring, they find the key in a museum, but get caught red-handed. So the rest of the episode is a goose chase between them and the authorities. So this episode is a lot more slower in terms of vibes compared to something like Hello Hellhole or even What the Future. However, where it shines is with the jokes. Here they are a lot more nuanced and actually reminds me of shows like Simpsons and Futurama, both shows Ed adored. A few of my favorite jokes are the bit at the end with Tom and Ed, the king, and even Tom's flashback. Overall, this is one worth diving back into. Moving targets. A war-themed episode? What could possibly go wrong? Ed and the guys are planning to go on a lovely vacation, but they lack cash. However, an ad for the British Army that's somehow apparently free, and so they decide to go there. However, it's quickly revealed that things are not what they are cracked up to be. Honestly, a really funny episode about Ed, Matt, Tom, and what's-his-face goofing around in the army brings up a lot of potential, and they are all well taken. I especially love the tank bit, the sergeant being given a stellar performance by Josh Tomar, and this bit of randomness. Overall, this is an episode worth fighting for. Ruined is what happens when you sprinkle bits of temple exploring adventures from the likes of Indiana Jones, Nathan Drake, and Lara Croft while adding their own comedic flair. After accidentally breaking Tom's base, Ed tries to get rid of it but instead finds an old Egyptian gateway. After pursuing the guys with treasure, they settle on and the adventure begins. It's a really funny episode filled with great moments like the sunny lollipops and rainbows, or Tom being pushed into the traps by Ed. And I'm pretty sure the mummy says Super Nintendo at one point. Ruined is a treasure that belongs in a museum. Zombie Nation. Matt gets trapped in a train station and the others have to go and rescue him because of Coke, but that's it. This is actually the first episode where Tom has black eyes instead of the lines he had prior, because they were easier to animate. This is much more in spirit of Eddsworld than the Zombie Attack trilogy. I still like those, by the way, but you know. The humor here comes more so from the characters this time around, and they are great, although the animation is extremely crude here. There's actually a reason for that though. At the time, Ed was going through his first battle against leukemia, which made it especially hard for him to animate Zombie Nation. And in that sense, while still being crude, at least still retains the charm. Killing zombies is fun, but watching this episode is just as fun without the blood bath mess. Halloween Special 2007. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I just choose the other Halloween episodes? Well, 2004 is a music video, for This Is Halloween from The Nightmare Before Christmas, so that's out. 2005 isn't a musical, but it's kind of dull. I think Ed misspelled OMG, and Bruce Campbell is there for some reason.
Yo, she-bitch. Come get some. Swallow this.
And as for 2008's Mad Sucks, I like 2007 better than that. Ed and the gang are doing stuff while playing Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Why is that game so hard? Ed insults the hockey mask axe wielder. Fun fact, that's a regional change in the game that changed in Europe from chainsaw to axe. I guess chainsaw were too tabooed for Europe. The hockey mask axe wielder comes out of the TV and one by one kills the gang. You've got a lot of great laughs here, and I just find it a better and more enjoyable Halloween special than Mad Sucks. No, but seriously, why is the game so hard? Movie makers, the first Eddisode to go widescreen. Tom spends all of their allowance on the camera, but when the internet blows up, they decide to make a movie instead. This was the first episode where Tom Scott wrote along Ed, and it shows. There's an actual sense of progression in the story. You've also got some really good laughs here, but it also shows the innocence and passion of being a filmmaker, crooks and all. I only really wish they gave Laurel an actual personality that isn't just girl. Movie makers, they don't make them like they used to. Power Ed. Ed and Eddsworld gain superpowers from a blast of radiation. Buck up, drink milk, stay in school, and don't do drugs. You know, the usual. So yeah, you've got a superhero story that's actually pretty decent. Anthony did a really good job with the style, like a combination of edge and his own. It suits the episode. It is a bit jarring having the episode be taken a little seriously, even if it does make sense why. At least it wasn't as bad as when the end did it. Face, the last episode Ed got involvement with before sadly passing away. Ed and the guys get abducted by aliens looking for vain people with self-esteem, with Matt being what they were looking for. Can I just ask, why do they want to get rid of Matt altogether? Ed and Tom I can get, but why get rid of the only thing allowing them to get back home? Tim is a great choice as Ed, even with the squeakiness and mid-athletic accent. Tom might have gotten a tad too much lines and the transition is kind of jarring, but Paul's stuff here is absolutely incredible. It's so good. The rocky but charming start to a new legacy. Santa Claus 3. Tom gets fed up with being the butt of the Santa Claus Eddisodes and sets out to ruin Christmas for everyone. They really managed to top themselves with this one. Santa and Santa are at their absolute best here. I love them. The box mess bot battle is great on its own, but combined with Christmas demolition, it's the cherry on top. Fun fact, that's actually Paul doing the lip syncing. Matt also helped somewhere, but I don't remember where. And the way the gradient effects are used here is lovely. Santa Claus 2 is still my favorite, but this one is really high on my nice list. Hello Hellho. Ed and the guys go to hell and that's it. However, what makes this one so special is that its humor is really what carries this episode, and it's a laugh riot. Some don't make sense like Matt's hell, but with the help of crude animation, if the afterlife is full of this many laughs, then we might just die of laughter twice.
See you in 6 months.
Wait, what?
Hammer and fail. I am predictable. I know, but I really enjoyed this episode. It is a great one. It introduces Eduardo and his two friends, which are cleverly written to be more than your regular vanilla bullies. Hey, is that Ron Swanson? The writing, the comedy, and even the animation have been perfected here. You don't have building knowledge to appreciate the speed, animation, acting, and brilliant humor of easily the greatest episode. And those are my top 12 best Eddsworld episodes. If I forgot any, no I didn't. I'll see you guys next time with something not Eddsworld related. But wait a minute. I didn't mention Funded at any point. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yo,
the tune.
shit.
One thing's for certain, he doesn't make sense. Half the time it's gibberish, the other half's in googly blintz.
What?
And Matt,
Purple hoodie, also green overcoat.
no one likes him as much as himself. He's got a formidable chin, though he doesn't know that.